Faith Under the Lights podcast. Be sure to subscribe and share.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Faith Under the Lights. Got another athlete interview, something I've been fired up about. We got Mr. Carson Childers, and he is from French Settlement, Louisiana. And a lot of times we get people on here, and they're in the sports that, you see all over ESPN and things like that. But Carson's a bowler, and I'm pretty excited about getting to know him. This is going to be the first time I've ever interviewed a bowler, so looking forward to it. And I can't wait to learn some things about bowling, because I know a lot of you out there that are watching this are probably a lot like me. The only bowling experience that I have is taking my kids to the local bowling alley and getting whooped in galactic bowling every time. So there's going to be some learning opportunities here, but we really want to sit down, just kind of chop it up and talk about some of the things that he's going through and his experiences that he's had. So Carson, I'll give it to you, and you can just kind of introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, who you are. We've kind of said where you're from. It's French Settlement, but let us know who you are.
Yep, Carson Childers, both for French Settlement High School. I am the sixth spot, meaning that I bowl anchor spot. Mm-hmm. So I kind of carry everybody on my back, make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Been on the bowling team for 3 years, going on 4. Started my freshman year and just kind of went from there. Got state runner-up this year, nominated for the Advocate Star of Stars. It's been a great year.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you some questions in the beginning of this interview, and a lot of it is just to kind of learn about, bowling. But how did you get started in bowling? What was it that made bowling your thing?
So baseball, I just kind of got burnt out on, mm-hmm. and I was kind of tired of it. And Mr. Eric Willie, one of our good friends from church, he sings at church. He was like, "We're starting a bowling team. You want to bowl?" I was like, "Man, why not try it? I got nothing else to lose." And did the first year. I really struggled my first year, just getting used to it. Second year, I made a big change. I went from bowling one-handed to two-handed.
Okay.
And kind of taught myself. And then junior year, this year, one of my coworkers at the bowling alley, mm-hmm. he kind of showed me how and what I needed to do whenever I bowled two-handed. And
game changer.
Yeah, game changer, dude.
That's awesome.
Just took off from there.
Well, I think you have an advantage if you're going to be a bowler. Go get a job at a bowling alley. You got unlimited practice time, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say? So for the people that only bowl a few times a year, like I said, myself, what is something about competitive bowling at the high school level that's different than when I go and me and my kids just have a little fun bowling?
So what's different at the high school level? Basically, your equipment that you have. So I have different shoes than what you would get at the bowling alley. Just going to bowl for fun. My shoes are made so they're a little bit slicker, so I slide on the wood.
Okay.
And then all of my bowling balls, they're 15 pounds with the weight block in it. And the weight block just kind of off throws the way the ball rolls.
Okay.
And that's where you get the big hook on the back end.
Gotcha. So I'm ripping my elbow apart trying to spin it, that 15-pound ball that they have at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
So is there a limit to how many balls you can bring?
There is not. You can bring as many as you want mm-hmm. for a high school, but whenever you get to these bigger tournaments like the one I'm going to in July, mm-hmm. Junior Gold, you can only have 5 balls that day that you bowl 4 games with.
Okay, that makes sense. When you're talking about a really good bowler like yourself and you're just your average bowler that you were before you started doing high school bowling, what separates those two? What are some things that that you do that your average bowler just doesn't even think about?
I think definitely the mindset. Uh-huh. I go in there, I want to win. I want to win. I want to glorify God.
Yeah.
I want to be an example to the younger ones. We have a 7th grader on the team. Really struggled with his mindset. He wasn't carrying himself very good at the beginning of the year. In practice, he saw how I carry myself and all that, and he has just grew so much this year.
Yeah. Are there things that when you talk about practicing bowling, what are some things that you do in practice that help you become a better bowler?
Definitely fundamentals. Stepping the same spot, trying to hit the same mark that I shoot for.
Yeah.
And then definitely picking up spares. Spares are a very big thing.
Yeah. Explain that. Why are spares a big thing?
So for every spare that you miss, it's going to be 20 pins off of your score.
Okay.
I had a chance to win the state championship, and it all came down to spares.
It was a dang spare that got you.
I missed spares.
When you're in a bowling match, and you guys call them matches, so we're not talking about a bowling game. We're in a bowling match.
Yes.
Is there a whole lot of strategy going on, or are we just trying to get up there and knock down as many pins as we can?
So it's kind of both. Strategy-wise, I like to watch the person that I'm bowling against bowl first. Mm-hmm. So I know what I have to do that frame to stay ahead of them.
Is that determined before the match starts? Who goes first?
You just get up there and bowl.
Okay.
Get up there and bowl. Yeah. So the match, we have 3 games in the matches. So you want total pins, which is everybody on your team. So we have 6 people bowling each game. So I think we've shot 1,000 or something like that. And say the other team shoots 950. You get total pins, and say 4 of our bowlers beat 4 of theirs and only 2 of theirs beat ours.
Okay.
We get 4 points, they get 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's out of a 27 point ratio.
Gotcha. So when you get, if you get to a certain score, I know in baseball, say, Paul Skeens, if his team can get him 3 runs, he's pretty much locking down a victory. Is there a certain amount of points that if your team, you say, we get to this amount of points, we're not losing? Is that ever come into play?
So definitely whenever you jump out early on the team.
Yeah.
So say we go up 8-0 first match. I mean, we kind of got it in the bag.
Yeah.
Just got to keep our mindset right.
Gotcha. So when you grab the ball and it's your turn, what are you focusing on before you start your approach to the lane? What are you looking at? What are some of the things that you're trying to see mentally, actually looking at? I know there's markings on the floors and stuff like that. So kind of give me a little bit about that, because I don't know what any of that stuff means.
So whenever I get up there ready to bowl, I grab my chamois, which are basically just rags of leather. Mm-hmm. Make sure to wipe all the oil off of my ball. And then I watch the pins set, make sure they're set right, because sometimes whenever they set, you'll have pins off. And carry, which is whenever the pins fly all around, sometimes it messes up your carry. So I make sure that the pins are re-racking right, and whenever I step up there, I just try to get the same board every time. So you have 40-something boards. I think it's 49 or something across the lane. So I usually stand on 35.
Okay.
So that's basically all the way to the left. And I try to push it out to the 5 board, which you're only that far away from the gutter, and you have to be very accurate or it's not going to react.
So your ball, when you're stepping on board 35 and you're right there along the gutter, and it's going 1 to 40 left to right, correct? Mm-hmm. So you're on 35, you're right there next to the gutter. Your ball is curving in, it's curving to the left, right?
Yeah. So it's just going to be a big sweep.
Okay.
Big sweep around.
And what pin are you trying to hit? Like, is there a certain pin? If all the pins are stacked up, how many pins?
You have 10 pins.
10 pins. So you got 10 pins up there, and all the pins are there, and you're sweeping it into the pins. Are you trying to hit a particular spot on those pins?
Yeah. So being right-handed, you have the 1 pin, which is going to be your first pin, and then you have your 3 pin, which is going to be the pin to the right side of the 1 pin. And you got your 6 pin.
Okay.
That's going to be the one to the right of the 3 pin. So I'm trying to hit in between the 1 and the 3 as hard as I can every time.
So you get that good pin action going.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the different types of bowling balls that you use, and you had a mechanism in there to maybe make it spin. So do you have a ball that you would bowl straight, or all of your balls sweeping? What types of balls do you have, and why are they different?
So you have balls that are made out of different materials.
Okay.
And for the ball that goes straight, that's the ball that I shoot mostly my spares at. And it has a little core, so it curves a little bit, but not too much. And I just try to flatten my hand out as much as I can whenever I throw it. But they have solid bowling balls, which are usually sanded with almost like a sanding pad. And you have a pearl ball, which is super polished. And then you have a hybrid, which is a mix of
both.
Both of them, the solid and the pearl.
Okay. Do you have a particular one that's your favorite?
I like throwing solids.
Solids. Yeah. All right. Let me ask you this question. So sometimes I go to the bowling alley, the lane's super slick. Sometimes I go there, it doesn't feel like there's any oil on it at all. Maybe not your bowling alley that you work at, so I don't want to knock that. When you get to a bowling alley and you're looking at the lane, are you checking that to see, or is there a regulation where it's supposed to be?
So there really isn't a regulation, but you can definitely see whenever there is and is not oil in there. I know the most frustrating thing is going to practice before a big game, and you can see where the balls go through the oil at. Like if the lane's dull, it doesn't have any oil on it. So worst thing is to walk into the bowling alley and you see all the lanes dull. But, I mean, it's something that you have to go through as a challenge. Just like in your walk with God, you got challenges that He gives you and trying to make you a better Christian, you know.
That's a good point. You walk up to your lane and you see that it's not what you imagined it to be. You still have to bowl, right?
Yeah.
So and same thing with your walk with God. You might walk into an environment that you didn't expect. You still got to be a Christian.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a point right there. What's harder? And we kind of talked about this already. Throwing strikes or picking up spares?
Definitely picking up spares because I feel like whenever I'm striking, I just get in a groove and I just keep throwing strikes. But there's nothing worse than I think it was our 3rd match of the season. I went 9 in a row. So I struck the 1st frame through the 9th frame, and then the 10th frame, I hit the same exact spot and I left a corner pin.
Oh no!
So
that makes you sick, huh?
Yeah.
Have you ever bowled a 300 game, a perfect game?
I have not.
That was the closest.
I'm really waiting on one.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all in the right timing.
That's it. Is bowling is it more physical than people think? Like, is there a lot of physicality to what you guys do?
So, it is very physical. It is a very physical sport. But as much as it is physical, it's very mental too.
Yeah.
Because I find that whenever I make a bad shot or I don't get the hit that I want, I feel like, what am I doing wrong that hit where it was supposed to, but I didn't get the result that I was supposed to?
So kind of transitioning into what our preparation looks like. So I know, for football and baseball and basketball, these guys are lifting weights. They're on the court. They're in the batting cage. They're doing these kind of things. What does preparation look like for a bowler? Like, is it just constant, just getting up there and practice? Are you working on one thing to another? You talked about fundamentals a little bit. Give me a rundown of what preparation for a big match looks like.
So preparation for a big match would definitely be spares. We did a lot of spare shooting this year, and it's something that we really struggled with at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And got better towards the middle, and then we stopped in practice and didn't do it anymore. We were just practicing, and then we started struggling towards the end of the year in playoffs.
Yeah. So you guys can go down there and just put whatever pins up that you want, and then just practice those over and over and over again?
So we have a full rack, which is all 10 pins, and usually we're shooting at corner pins. So you have your 7-pin, which is the farthest pin to the left, and then you have your 10-pin farthest pin to the right. Those are the pins that we shoot at. So we try to just knock the 10-pin off the rack and just knock the 7-pin off the rack.
Gotcha. When you're practicing during the week, let's say you have a match on Saturday. What does your week look like practice-wise? Are you practicing every single day, or is it just a couple days out of the week?
So for me, bowling tournaments, if I had a tournament on the weekend, I would probably bowl Monday, Tuesday, give it a rest Wednesday and Thursday, and then bowl Friday night and get ready Saturday.
Okay. I know in other sports, there's a lot of film study going on. Do you guys do that? Are you watching film maybe to critique yourself or things like that?
So this year we filmed a lot. We, as in my dad. Mm-hmm. So he filmed basically all of my games that he could make it to, and we broke down my stride and everything just to see where I could have thrown a better shot at, why I didn't get the carry that I wanted. So it's a lot of film that we went over.
Self-critiquing.
Yeah.
Is your dad is he an experienced bowler? Or is he kind of learning on the fly as you go through this?
He's kind of learning on the fly. My coach at the bowling alley, my dad kind of sits and watches what he does. So whenever my coach can't make it to places, my dad's there and he can see what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. Now your mom is the coach now, right? Was she the coach last year, or is this going to be her first year?
So this year, my junior year, it was her first year coaching.
Okay.
And first year coaching, she didn't do a very bad job. You
can't say if she did, though. If she did a bad job, you can't say that.
She really didn't. We made it to the quarterfinals. Yeah. I definitely could have shot better in the quarterfinals. I think I shot my worst series. But she has a state runner-up title under her belt for singles through me. And first year for the girls' team, and girls' team didn't do too bad.
Yeah. So. That's awesome. So what's her experience level in bowling? Is it about the same as your dad, just kind of learning as we go?
Yeah, it's about the same as my dad's. Yeah. But I try to help as much as I can with the coaching aspect. Like whenever I see something that one of our bowlers is doing wrong, if she doesn't know that it's wrong, I kind of critique them and then go tell her what she can look for.
Man, that's good. So you're kind of leading by example, but you're also, a coach while you're playing at the same time. When you talk about your film study and you're looking at yourself and everything, what are some things that some small habits that you may have developed over time that I have to do this for me to throw a perfect ball? Is there anything that you see that you do that you have to do it, that you picked up?
So it's not really that I know that I have to do it. It's kind of like a superstition. Mm-hmm. So I blow in my hand wipe my shoe,
Yeah.
blowing it again, and then I'm ready to go.
Okay. So you blow in your hand, wipe the shoe, and then blow in the hand again, and
Yep.
that's it.
Get set.
Yeah, it's good. Superstitions. A lot of sports people do that. You see the pitchers; they won't jump over they won't jump on the foul line, right?
Yeah.
You got to jump over that. So,
Yeah.
do you prepare differently mentally than you do physically? Is there something else that you do to help you do mentally?
Mentally, I just try to set a goal before I go. So singles, I told my dad before we left the house that morning, I was like, I just want to shoot a 900 over 4 games. That's going to put me over a 200 average.
Yeah.
And we'll see where it goes. I ended up shooting 993, which was a 249.2 average.
Wow.
Ended up qualifying first in singles and runner up. So,
Man, it's when you're bowling at that level and you start to see yourself rise to the top in that tournament, was there ever a moment in that particular time where you were like, man, I got a chance to win this thing right here?
So I actually didn't even think that I made the cut.
Wow.
So I went 248 my first game, 262 my second, 278 my second. And then we jumped 2 pairs of lanes. So we only bowled 2 games on that first set. Then we skipped a set of lanes and went to the next that people had already been bowling on. So my line, so the line is where your ball goes down, and it kind of like picks up all the oil. So the people that were in front of us, they kind of like burnt that spot up, meaning that they took all the oil off.
Yeah.
So
And they're not refinishing
No.
laying no.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to get what you get.
Yep. So I kind of struggled that third game. I shot a 205. Then I made a ball change, and I ended up shooting a 262 that game.
Wow. When you make a ball change, do you have to let them know that you're changing your ball, or you just pick up one that's already on the rack?
You just pick up one.
Okay. When you're getting ready for these you show up, you're at the bowling alley, you're on your lane, and you have some time to prep before the match starts. So what does your prep look like when you're getting ready for a match?
So I make sure to clean all of my bowling balls, make sure that they're all consistent, and my solid bowling balls, if I see that they're getting super shined up from the oil, I'll hit them with a sanding pad and get them back to the right finish. Then I just make sure that I have everything. I have a little handheld fan to keep my hand from getting super sweaty. Make sure I have my chamois. And we have a shoe cover for our shoes just so we don't get dirt on the pad that helps us slide.
Yeah.
So I put that on too.
Okay. When you're warming up and you're getting ready, is there something that you're seeing that lets you know, hey, I'm locked in right here? Or is there something that you're seeing and you're like, man, Carson, you got to get it together?
So I really don't know if I'm locked in or not until I throw that first shot in practice. So we get 10 minutes before the game starts to practice on the lanes. And at the beginning of the season, whenever I almost bowled that 300, I think I went 5 in a row in practice, just strike.
Yeah.
Then went and sat down, got up for the game, and then threw 9 more behind those 5. So I feel like I know whenever I first bowl that first practice shot, if I strike, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Like, I know where I'm going to play everything.
That quick.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You know yourself. So bowling, it seems like it's very mental. When you're what's what exactly is going through your mind during a match? Are you looking up at the scoreboard and you're trying to see how many pins you're behind or ahead? Or is any of that stuff going on, or you're just going up there and let's say I'm just going to try and knock me down?
I know I really try not to look at the score as much as I can because I know what I have to do. I know that I need a strike, and if I don't strike, I need to pick up the spares. And if you have a split, which you have pins on the left side, pins on the right side, no pins in the middle, I need to pick up the most amount of pins that I can. So it's definitely not easy, but as long as I know what I have to do and I keep up with what I have to do, I can shoot pretty good.
So you're almost playing yourself. You're almost playing. So you kind of eliminate everything else and you just worry about you.
Yeah.
And doing what you can do, knocking down as many pins as you can. That's a pretty good way to handle it. Now, I know, when you get into any kind of match like that and it starts getting towards the end and it's close.
Yeah.
You've got to feel that, right? So how do you keep yourself mentally focused on not worrying about that and just staying within yourself?
So I find that I really excel in like a high stress situation. Me and this kid, we were going back and forth, strike for strike, and I think he had me by like 10 pins. So he threw a 9 count and then missed his spare in the 10th frame, and I had to strike out to beat him. So I knew what I had to do, and I kind of just had a lock in, and so I struck out, ended up winning that game.
Wow.
So
let me ask you this, and this is off the path a little bit. So you hit 3 strikes in a row, does the turkey still show up on the screen?
Yeah.
I didn't know if they took that out or not.
Yeah, the turkey still shows up on the screen.
Do you know why it's a turkey?
I don't
know. I don't know why it's a turkey. I've always wondered that.
The funny thing is, Miss Latimer bought a turkey.
Yeah.
Before we went to playoffs, and it like actually gobbles. So she'll like hold it up in the air and like press the button.
Yeah.
And it'll just gobble. It's so
motivation to get you 3 in a row.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So let's say you go out there and you have a bad frame. Maybe you bowl, you don't strike, and then you don't pick up the spares. You got to go to the next one. What are some things that you're talking to yourself about to get you realigned and focused?
So I just try to flush the last frame. Like, it's done, it's over with. I just got to focus on the next ball, next frame, next throw.
Yeah. Do you struggle with confidence in yourself? Like, do you ever battle within yourself about your confidence in your ability to do what you do, or are you a pretty confident person in your abilities?
Right now, it's definitely a test of faith because I'm in that slump that I was talking about. It's just hard for me.
Yeah.
So I try to stay as positive as I can whenever I'm bowling, but it's really hard whenever you know you're doing what you need to and nothing's working.
Yeah, it's staying positive in those tough situations is definitely a skill that is hard to learn, right? I'm a big believer in that your thoughts determine your realities.
Yeah.
And so when I get into tough spots like that, I try to do a lot of positive talk to myself, like for instance, like you wake up in the morning. If I wake up every morning and I say I'm going to have a bad day, chances are I'm going to have a bad day.
Yeah.
But if I say I'm going to have a good day, the chances are I'll probably have a pretty good day. Is it always going to be sunshine and rainbows? Probably not.
Yeah.
But that you're telling yourself that things are going to be okay. I can bounce back. Yeah, obviously you have the abilities to do what you need to do.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever I get up there after throwing a bad shot, usually I'm like, "Come on, kid, calm yourself down. You got it.
There you go.
Work on your next shot."
Good.
So
call yourself kid. That's a good one. So you don't call yourself by your first name. You call yourself kid. We'll take that. Have you learned something about yourself through all this bowling? You weren't really a big bowler until you got to high school. Mr. Willie came and told you, hey, you need to come do this bowling thing, and you've progressed, you've grown. Is there something that you've learned about yourself through all of this?
I've definitely learned that I do excel in those high stress situations. Coming from baseball, whenever I was younger, I was always down on myself. Like, if I struck out that bat before, like, big mental game.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm going to strike out again. Like, so I feel like the high stress situations I've really excelled in. Going back to baseball, like, I feel like if we needed a run or we needed a runner on base, I really couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But now, as I've gotten older and a little bit wiser, I know that I can do it. Like, it's going to be easy.
And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, you got some accolades. You've won some things. You finished second in the state. And the one thing that Carson told me today that I learned is that, in all these other sports, football, baseball, they separate everybody. So you got private schools, you got public schools, and they have them all in their divisions of how big the schools are. In bowling, you guys are all in one. So it's if you're a boy, you're bowling against all the boys.
And state singles, it's all together. And then whenever you get to teams, just because of the ratios of the students, 5A has their own, but like private schools are still with them.
Yeah.
And then 4A down all are together, and private schools are still with us.
Yeah.
So I think our only loss this year was to Episcopal, and it was their first year. They had a great first year.
Yeah.
So
when you started this, and you mentioned Mr. Willie, Mr. Eric Willie, who goes to church with you, talk about him and his influence that he had on you, getting you started and just kind of seeing it through. And then maybe the absence was he there this year, or did
he was not? Mr. Willie is now on staff at Denham Springs. He's an administrator over there. So I think what really helped me with him coaching, I just like love his coaching style. I had him as a teacher in 8th grade, in 7th and 8th, and just the man that he is, his walk with Christ, and seeing the father that he is.
Yeah.
He's just a great person.
Yeah, he seems like a very big integrity guy.
Yeah.
We talked about your faith a good bit, and that's the reason really that I saw you make a post on Facebook when the season was over, and after everything that went down, the first thing that you did, you came out the gate and you gave the glory all to Jesus. And I thought that was awesome. I love seeing young guys and young ladies who are athletes and they're at the top of their game. And the first thing that they do is they recognize that all your talents and abilities came from God, right? And so you do a good job with that. How has faith helped your mindset when you're in these matches, when you're preparing, and being the leader that you are on your team? How has your faith helped that?
I feel like I'm a lot more relaxed, and I feel like I carry myself better on the lanes. And I know as I could care less about the score. As long as I carry myself in a good way on the lanes and show that I am a follower of Jesus Christ, then you can't have a bigger win than that.
That's it. How when you start doing the things that you're doing, having the success that you have, a lot of times, especially at your age, that'll go to somebody's head really, really fast.
Yeah.
How do you stay rooted in your identity in Christ, and you remember that you're a Christian before you're a bowler, right? How do you stay rooted in that? What are some of the things that you do to keep you grounded?
Well, the biggest thing is it's not me, it's him.
Amen.
So he gave me all the talent that I have. He makes me the bowler that I am. And why not give it all back to him?
Amen. So what are some of the things that bowling has taught you about discipline and humility and then persevering? I know, when I was coaching, I had a pastor of mine told me to turn coaching into my ministry.
Yeah.
And I thought that was incredible advice, and it changed the way that I coached. Sports have a way of teaching life lessons. Yeah. And so what is some things that maybe bowling has helped you with the person you are? So
definitely going back to singles, shot the best that I've ever shot in my career in qualifying. Fell short in the championship to Beckham Lou.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, me and him were both going to the same tournament the day after.
Yeah.
And I outshot him there.
That's funny how that happens.
Yeah. So it was very humbling knowing that I had the talent to do it. But I feel like the pressure aspect comes back in.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of crumbled under that pressure.
So talk about that a little bit. Let's go back to that moment where you've got to pick up that spare. And did you know at that time, if you picked up that spare, that you were going to win?
So actually going back to the first three frames, I started off with 3 strikes in a row.
Okay. So you're feeling good.
Yeah. I was like, man, I got this in the bag.
Yeah.
Because he started off with a spare and then missed a 10-pin. So I was up by a good bit. And 4th shot, I let it out of my hand, and it slides out too far. So I'm like, oh, my goodness. And I ended up leaving a big washout. I only hit 5 pins down. So I had 3 pins in the middle
mm-hmm.
and 2 pins on the side, but the pins in the middle were stacked.
Okay.
So I ended up throwing my straight ball at it, and I went straight through and only hit 2 pins.
Oh, wow.
So at that point, I quite literally walked back to my mom and said, it's over. Like, I lost. And I feel like saying that at that time, I just was in the wrong mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back, struck a couple times, and then picked up the rest of his spares. And my 5th and 6th shot, I also slid out too far. So I tried to move in a little bit, tried to move right, and ended up catching a couple strikes in a row, and then I left a 10-pin. Missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the deciding factor on who won that.
Yeah.
So
how long did it take you after that happened, after you missed that 10-pin and you're not going to get the state championship, you're going to finish as runner-up? How long after that did the pain kind of subside?
It just kept getting worse.
Yeah.
I don't think I picked up a 10-pin the whole month after that.
Okay.
So I was really in my head. Every time I got up there to shoot a 10-pin, I was going to miss it. Like, I just knew in my head I was going to miss it. Like, it got to the point where I would throw the ball
mm-hmm.
and just turn around and walk away because I knew that is either going into the gutter or missing. So I think that it was a very big humbling factor. I had a great season.
Yeah.
Finished overall my season with a 220 average.
Wow.
And I think that month after was a very humbling experience. And I kind of had to accept it. Like, I know that I could have won, but I let it slip through my fingers. And I kind of bounced back a little bit, and now I'm back in that little bit of a slump.
And so you had a match yesterday.
Yeah, I had a tournament yesterday.
And you're still dealing with a little bit of this slump stuff. And so are there things that you're doing while you're in a slump, whether it be bowling-wise or spiritually, maybe changing your prayers up or something? Like is there anything that maybe you're trying to change that can help you get out of this slump?
So definitely I've been practicing a lot more. Mm-hmm. I actually am struggling with my fingers right now. They're all tore up. So definitely struggling with injury in my fingers. But I'm a big believer that you shouldn't pray for a win or anything. I think you should just pray for guidance, see how you should be doing something. What are you doing in your walk that is not
connecting?
So I feel like it's a very big thing because a lot of people pray for that win, and I feel like they're kind of using the prayer, not trying to glorify God. So.
Yeah, I think you can, and this is just Nolan talking, so I don't want you to think that I'm trying to pull this anywhere it says this. I don't know. I think that you can pray that, Lord, if it's in your will for me to have this victory.
So that is one of our big prayers.
Yeah.
If it's in your will.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't think. So I know a lot of people are like, God, if you love me, you'll let me win.
Yeah, we don't want to go there.
God, if you love me, you'll do this.
Right.
But yeah, our prayers in the season, because we pray before every game. I actually have a picture from the state championship where me, Miss Latimer, and my mom are.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, we'll put that one on the screen.
Yeah. So I think it's just a very big thing.
Yeah.
So we're always like, if it's in your will, then, and no injuries is another thing we pray for.
Yeah.
And to glorify Him.
So you do a good job of, carrying yourself as a Christian. You've talked about that. What are some things that maybe the younger crowd that's coming up, that's looking into getting into bowling, what are some things, some advice that you would give them on where they need to be, what they need to be doing to maybe excel and get over some of the humps that you had to get over early on? Maybe they could start doing something now.
It's definitely a lot of practice. You have to grind it out, even whenever you don't feel like bowling and you don't feel like you're gonna excel. You have to grind through it, and eventually you're gonna get over that. You fail enough times, you're going to get over that hump at some point.
That's right. Yeah, that's really good advice. Don't let failure define you.
Yeah.
Keep pushing through. And so you're pushing through. You're having some success. When you start having this kind of success, people start to notice. And the people that have started to notice are maybe trying to get you to come bowl at the next level, which is collegiately.
Yeah.
And so when did you start saying, you know what, I'm pretty good at this. I might have a shot to do this somewhere after high school. When did that happen? So
I was introduced to the college side of bowling whenever I started working at the bowling alley. My coach helped me. We worked a little bit, and I went from a 160 average last year to that 220 average this year. And my coach was like, "You have something special, kid."
So he told you, he let you know, hey, you got something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he typed in all these colleges on my phone, and he was like, "You got to start applying now. You got to start sending out who you are videos. You got to get your name out there." And I kind of did. So I've talked to quite a few colleges and had great conversations with the coaches.
So what does that look like? What is it? What does the recruiting process for a bowler look like? Are they come and watch you? Are they just getting the videos that you sent them? Is there like showcases that you can go to? How do you get that exposure?
So far, I've talked to the coach from University of Mobile in person. We had a great conversation. It's a great Baptist college over there, beautiful campus. And she came and watched me at a tournament. But everything is so far away here.
Right.
Like, southern states barely have any bowling, and Louisiana especially, we don't have any.
Are there any collegiate bowling
No
teams?
collegiate bowling teams. LSU has a club,
Right.
but that's all bowler paid for.
Yeah.
Like, the school has nothing to do with it. So, and then we've talked to Clark University, Dallas Baptist, Briarcliff, and I think there's a couple more that I'm forgetting, but we've talked to all of them on the phone. And they've kind of walked me through what they're looking for in a bowler, and what their program's like, and all that. So all of these schools are Christian schools.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely where I want to be in
Yeah.
college. I want to be at a Christian school surrounded by other Christians. And I want to help spread the word too.
Amen. Through bowling.
Yep.
So you kind of brushed on it a little bit. They kind of tell you what they're looking for. What are they looking for besides statistics and scores? What's some of the things that they're looking for in a bowler?
So I've been told a lot that body language on the lanes, how you carry yourself off the lanes.
Yeah.
Because not everything's on the lanes. If you carry yourself good on the lanes but have a very trashy mouth outside, then that college does not want you to represent their team.
Yeah, because that's going to leak into your play. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how body language and how you handle yourself, self-control is a big thing with athletics.
Yeah.
And you see it all the time. And usually that you get to a level of athletics, you get to a level of bowling where everybody can bowl.
Yeah.
What's the separators? And a lot of times it is that self-control. What do you do when things go bad? And I think a lot of these college coaches, I could be misspeaking right here, but I would imagine that a lot of them, they're coming and looking. They know you can bowl. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
They're watching how you handle failure and what kind of teammate you are, too. I'd imagine that's what they're looking at. Let me ask you this. In 10 years, you look back at your career in high school, and if God willing you do go bowl in college, and you look back, what do you need to see to say that Carson was successful in bowling?
Definitely trying to see the impact that I made on the lanes. I could honestly care less about what I shoot, and God willing, if I do go to college, what my college stats are like. If I have people looking up to me and I can help them with their walk, and help them the bowling aspect of things, if I can help them there, then I've did my job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Just looking back and just kind of what impact you're going to make, what kind of legacy are you going to leave? It seems like you got your head on straight, and you're already doing that, you know, being a mentor to some of the kids on your team. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to talk about some of the accolades and awards that you got this season, okay?
The boys bowler we honored tonight was one of the top bowlers in the state this year with a 209 pin scoring average that ranked in the state's top 25. He showed out by bowling a score that landed him a spot in this year's state singles championship, where he finished as the runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of stars for boys bowling, from French Settlement, Carson Childers.
All right, we're back with Carson Childers, French Settlement's very, very best bowler. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the individual accolades that you got. I know your team did well, but you did get recognized a good bit about for your bowling and the things that you do. So talk a little bit about some of the accolades that you got this year.
Yeah, so this year I was first team All-District, made the All-District team for us. We had 2 bowlers make second team All-District. And I also made the Advocate Star of Stars. And a little bit of backstory on the Star of Stars. This year was their 40th year, and they choose the best of the best from each sport. Malloy Miles was one of them that got nominated for Girl of the Year and Softball Player of the Year. Yeah. So, and then you also got Coach Jake that was nominated for Girls Coach of the Year. Yeah. Very proud of both of them. But they, the Advocate, they are the ones that do all the write-ups for us, and I appreciate all of that. Yeah. And yeah, so, and then my state runner-up medal, I had a 250 average over 4 games at state, and then finished in the championship game with a 181, I believe. So I didn't have too bad of a year. Yeah. Just as long as I'm glorifying God while bowling. So
I tell you what, if I ever jump in a bowling league, I might sneak you in there, because all those numbers you're shooting out, I don't know if I break 79. I think if I hit an 80, I'm in the sweet spot. If you're talking about bowling, so. Man, it's been one heck of a conversation. I really appreciate you coming over here for this interview. But I got one last question. It's probably the most important question that I'm going to ask you in this whole thing. I just want to know, who is Jesus to you?
Jesus is my Lord and Savior, and I owe everything to him. The steps that I've made in my life, and the young man that I'm becoming, everything is because of him. And I'm surrounded by a great group of men. We have men's Bible study at our church every first Tuesday of the month, and just the conversations that are had there. Yeah. I know a lot of things I can add to my life, and kind of things that I've struggled with. Yeah. So I think just the surrounding of Christian men and knowing what I have to do to become a better Christian, I think has really helped my walk, and that's all because of Jesus.
Amen. Yeah, it's that's some advice that can really translate to just about anybody. You become what you hang out with. Yeah. Right. And so you're doing a great job surrounding yourself with strong Christian men walking the same direction you're walking. So, Carson, man, I really appreciate you coming on. I learned a lot about bowling, and so I really appreciate what you're doing, the way you're representing French Settlement High School. And the future's very bright. So we'll definitely be praying for you. You got your senior year coming up. Yep. So I hope you kick some butt and pick up that spare in the state championship match this time, which I have full confidence that you will. But we'll be rooting for you. And thanks for coming on to Faith Under the Lights, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right.
Faith Under the Lights podcast. Be sure to subscribe and share.